Good evening. Welcome to the Glazov gang. Our gang members this evening, Leon Weinstein, the author of Capitalism 101. He comes from the former Soviet Union, and he is warning us that the failed experiment in the Soviet Union is being reincarnated under Obama in the United States. Do I have that correct, Leon?
Absolutely.
Dwight Schultz, who played Murdock on NBC's The A-Team. And Tommi Trudeau, who continues to defy description, but he is a producer of films and also music videos, correct?
Correct. And do you like my nails, Glazov?
Please, can you do focus in on his nails, please?
Cool, aren't they? My girlfriend did them for me.
Yeah.
Honestly, God, my girlfriend did them.
Okay, that's fantastic. Like that? And we would like the viewers' fashion tips for Tommi. You can write to me at Front Page Magazine and tell us what you think about Tommi's fingernails. Before we begin, we had quite a bit of chaos before the show, and I didn't want to bring it up, but Dwight was late. And Dwight is saying that you were here before the show.
I was here before any of you, and so therefore
what time were you here?
Too early.
What time were you here?
I was here. I was downstairs at 8:30. I was at this door at 8:35.
Banging hard at the door.
Yes.
Reza and Ali, were you here? So they say they were here.
So what are we going to do?
Okay. Leon and Tommi, what do you think?
Let's take a walk.
Okay, well, gentlemen, that was incredible. Thank you, Dwight. But wait, before we move on, can you do the accent of Akbar as well? You do it excellently. Can we hear it?
No.
Okay, maybe later on in the show?
Maybe there.
Okay, fantastic.
A wise man.
Go ahead.
Gentlemen, welcome to the program. This first segment is about the Republican National Convention as well as the Democratic National Convention. A lot of drama, a lot is happening. The RNC last week, one of the things I want to bring up, Clint Eastwood made quite a speech that became very controversial, and the left seemed to just go crazy with hatred. Leon, what did you think of Eastwood's speech and the left's reaction?
Number one question is, did his speech turn away from Republicans any one single vote? And my opinion, no. And maybe his speech succeeded in bringing one vote to the Republican Party. And I say, sure, of course, because first of all, we have an icon, the classical icon, who is saying, wait a second, Hollywood is not all for Obama. And he also gives names about some other people who are against Obama. And he says, guys, we, the people, we hired him, let's fire this person because he is an amateur. So I think it was a great speech, and I don't really care what people say.
So you think it was a great speech? You enjoyed it?
Speech. Yes.
Dwight,
yes.
Why this madness on the side of the commentators? I mean, Pierce Morgan was going crazy. I mean, they were so angry and saying it was a disaster.
Well, because you see, he defied the double standard. The double standard is Republicans can't say anything about Democrats, but Democrats can say anything about Republicans. If you listen to this, I mean, in one day, Republicans have been called Nazis 4 times, all right? We want dirty air, we want dirty water, we don't love children, we want to put the infirm in the streets. Democrats can say that, but Republicans can't. So what Eastwood did in a very offhand way was tell the truth about this president the way as I agree with Leon, it's the way Republicans see Barack Obama. And no one was allowed to attack or tell the truth about Barack Obama. That was forbidden.
So you think Eastwood hit a nerve?
Oh, he told the truth. They can't stand the truth. They can't. But what did he say? This is our government. It belongs to us. Politicians work for us. Exactly the opposite of the new ad by the Democratic Party, which is we all belong to the government. It's exactly the opposite. And they knew that was coming out, and they hated Eastwood for telling the
Absolutely.
the truth.
I thought I was humored by it. I thought it was funny. I thought it was cute. He's also in his 80s. It was unorthodox. And what I mean by 80s is also give respect to kind of an older man, an older icon. And I found this visceral hatred of Eastwood in the speech just so disproportional to anything that had happened up there.
They don't like the truth.
Yeah. Tommi Trudeau has actually done a short music video on his reaction.
Well, there's no music.
Well, Yeah, but it's a video. It's not
Yeah.
a music video.
Yeah.
Let's show the, well, what do you want to call it then?
A typical liberal's reaction to Clint Eastwood's speech.
But we're going to a video clip.
Yes.
Okay, let's show it.
So you go publicly bash our beloved king president, and when's it okay to publicly bash someone who's going through a hard time? Huh, Mr. Big Shot, Mr. Dirty Harry? When's it okay? When's it okay to hurt someone like that? All you care about, all you Republicans care about is freedom and jobs and saving the economy and liberty. Well, don't you care about our chairman? President? And he's going through... Look, to hell with the issues! Leave him alone! Leave him alone! Leave him alone!
Thank you, and that was just a clip of the video. Tommy, what were you thinking in doing that clip? What does it tell us?
Number one, liberals don't have exclusivity on comedy. We're taking comedy back. Number two, I'm sick to death of sniveling, bedwetting liberals that when you insult their demagogue, when you insult their king, they pee all over themselves. Okay? In my comedy, I satirize them. I become a sniveling, bedwetting, little liberal, little someone that just needs a good
And you know what, Tom?
That's what I do with my comedy.
And you know what, Tommy? I thought
What?
you did that perfectly because great acting job. But you know, I've always been thinking in my studies of the left that it's actually childhood. The leftist is in perpetual childhood, and they believe in these secular deities, their gods, and when their god is attacked, they just go absolutely crazy into temper tantrums, and I think that's what you were
absolutely
trying to
right.
reveal. Now, Leon is a person that's from the Soviet Union and knows very well under communism how there's this worship of the earthly god rather than the heavenly god. What do you think of that video, what Tommy portrayed, and overall, how you're feeling about seeing a president that's being treated almost like a despot was treated in the former Soviet Union?
I think that we're having a deja vu here because, as you said, I came from the Soviet Union and I witnessed not only how they build cults of personalities, but also how it affects our lives. Because in the Soviet Union and any other country that was used the socialist ideology, they built society like that. Somebody on the top, he is the wisest man, he's the protector of us all, he thinks about us non-stop. And now I hear suddenly that Obama reads 10 letters from people every evening, and everyone said no, and he suddenly said yes, and the Bin Laden was killed, and GM was saved. And you know what? It's not him. Even if the decision was made, it's a lot of people who are working. I don't like the direction they're taking.
Right.
But
especially for people that say you didn't build that, right?
And people,
Right.
yeah. I personally built my business. I came from the Soviet Union. It was about $100 in my pocket.
So there's kind of an earthly god that they're making out of
They're
him,
making him God. It's I believe Alinsky, Karl Marx, Engels, Lenin, Stalin playbook.
Mm-hmm.
That's the very foundation. That's the very difference between conservative thinking and liberals. As conservatives, our basic belief is, hey pal, Mr. President, you work for us. This is a government of the people, by the people, and for the people. We run the government. You work for us. If you don't do a good job, you're fired. Well, the liberals are collectivists. They're like the Borg. Remember the Borg,
How
Reggie?
well I remember them.
Remember the Borg?
Yes.
You had interaction with the Borg.
Well, not real. I didn't, but I knew about the world.
They're liberals.
Yes.
The Borg are liberals. They're a hive. They're a collective.
Yeah.
They're like sheep. They don't think for themselves. All they do is, bah, bah, Obama, Obama, bah.
Yes.
Before we go to Dwight, one time you shared a funny joke with me, Tommy, on Waterboy when Adam Sandler played Mama Said.
It wasn't a joke. It was
Okay,
an experience.
But go ahead quickly.
I was talking to this very passionate liberal, and he kept saying, Every sentence was Obama said, Obama said, Obama said, and I told him, dude, you're just like Adam Sandler in The Waterboy. Obama said, Obama said, Obama said, Obama said.
Dwight.
I swear to God, that's true. That's not even embellished. He was like that every sentence. Obama said, Obama said, and I was like, you're like The Waterboy.
Yeah,
Obama said, Obama said.
Excellent, Dwight. Just your thoughts on all this.
Well, the Republicans, unfortunately, have put themselves in a bind. I was thinking, for 2 days, all that I've heard is that the Republicans need to be attacked because Mitch McConnell said that his number one goal was to make sure that Barack Obama only was a one-term president. And they kept saying it over and over without clarifying why he said it. It wasn't because he wanted Barack Obama to fail the country. It was because he knew that Barack Obama was a socialist, a Marxist, and we don't want Marxism and socialism in the United States. And we know that that's his policy, even though we're not permitted by the Republican Party to call him that name because that wouldn't be just.
Gentlemen, we have to take a break. We're going to go to our second segment. Before we go, 5 seconds each, please. On a scale of 1 to 10, 10 being the best, how do you mark the success of the Republican convention? Leon?
I would say between 7 to 8.
I'd say a 7.
A 7?
Irrelevant.
Who was the champion of the Republican National Convention?
In my opinion,
Yeah.
the best person was Condoleezza Rice.
Condoleezza Rice and Arthur Davis both gave
Tommy?
speeches.
I'm Paul Ryan fan.
Join us tomorrow evening for the next edition of the Glazov Gang.